Hi, Mary. How are you? Are you still with the tenant council?
Yes.
I just received this letter saying my unit was going through RAD. What's RAD?
That's RAD. It stands for the Rental Assistance Demonstration. Do you remember when my building was renovated last year? That's RAD.
Oh, so my building would be just like this? That would be nice.
Well, it depends on what work your building needs. The housing authority should be scheduling a meeting with you and your neighbors to talk about their ideas. Does the letter say anything about the meeting?
Oh, yes, here it is. So what's going to happen to me? I remember you had to move for a little bit. Will I have to move too?
Maybe. It depends on whether they'll be doing work in your unit. I wouldn't worry though. If you have to relocate temporarily, you have the right to return to the property. Under RAD, all residents stay housed with rental assistance. When I had to move temporarily, the housing authority found me a place, moved me there, and back. They paid for everything, and not just because they were being nice. It's the federal government's rule. And my new place? Just look, it's great.
The letter says my unit and the building are going to be completely renovated. Do I have to reapply to stay in my unit?
Nope. All you have to do is continue to follow the terms of your lease. You'll need to sign a new lease because the RAD conversion changes how the Public Housing Authority gets funded by the federal government. It's a switch from the public housing budget to the Section 8 budget, but all the terms of the lease will still follow HUD regulations.
And if my place looks as good as yours, how much more will I have to pay?
Nothing more. Rent and utilities are still 30% of your income. The only tenants who might see a change are those paying a flat or ceiling rent. Your apartment will be preserved as rent assisted through a project-based voucher or a project-based rental assistance contract. And I got a new right we didn't have before. After 1 or 2 years, I have the right to jump to the top of the waiting list for a tenant-based voucher if I want to move to a new place and keep paying the same rent. I hear this isn't available in some small communities where the housing authority doesn't have a voucher program, but it's definitely an option for us.
What's the difference between project-based and tenant-based subsidy?
A project-based voucher or rental assistance stays with the unit. As long as you live in a unit with project-based subsidy, your rent and utilities stay the same. But if you move, that discount stays with the unit for the next tenant. But if you get a tenant-based voucher, you can move to anywhere that accepts the voucher and continue to pay your subsidized rent.
So is the building being sold? Who will manage it?
Each housing authority makes that decision. In my case, the housing authority partnered with an investor. That's how they got the money to make all the improvements. But the housing authority is still involved and will make all the day-to-day decisions. The housing authority will also decide whether they'll keep managing the property or whether they'll bring in another company. These are good questions, and the housing authority has to explain all of this when you meet with them.
I've been saving a lot of money in my self-sufficiency program. Will I lose my savings?
No, self-sufficiency programs continue uninterrupted.
So what are the downsides to RAD?
Honestly, a major construction project is a pain. Things are kind of out of sorts for a while, and I had to move temporarily, but the end result is worth it, both for me and to make sure that this place is available for a family like mine when I move out. For us, it was important to work closely with the housing authority to plan for the construction. In some ways, we know the building better than they do, like the fact it takes a long time for the hot water to arrive. They decided to change the hot water system. Now it's much better and I don't waste all that water. It's also important to work with them on any relocation issues. One of my neighbors wanted to be closer to her son across town, so they found her a place that worked well for her. We also got them to create a new office for the tenant council. We wouldn't have gotten that if we hadn't asked.
I really do like your new place. So what's next?
Well, it looks like they notified you. That notice has a lot of information about your rights. They'll be setting up at least 2 meetings to talk about RAD even before they can apply to HUD to participate. And they're required to have more meetings after that as they develop more detailed plans. You'll get a chance to tell them what you think. While there was definitely change to my routines, I feel good knowing that by working through the RAD process, I've done my part to preserve this building and the rental subsidy for the folks who come after us.